Alright, so today we're talking about horizontal and vertical lines. Go ahead and throw your name on here. This is first hour. And in order to remember everything we need to know about horizontal and vertical lines, we have an acronym. So an acronym is each letter in the word stands for a different thing. Our acronym is HOYVUX, so H-O-Y-V-U-X. So the H and the V stand for horizontal and vertical, and then the O and the Y and the U and the X stand for the other things that you need to know about those lines. So let's start with horizontal lines. So H-O-Y, the H stands for horizontal. I'm just going to abbreviate that. Horizontal lines. The O isn't actually an O, it's a zero. Have a zero slope. And their equations are y equals just a number. So I'm going to put y equals, and that hashtag is a number sign. Before hashtags were hashtags, they were number signs. So horizontal lines have a zero slope, and their equations are just y equals a number. And then I put a picture of a horizontal line right here. So a horizontal line is side to side. How I remember that one is if you look out on the horizon goes from side to side. Okay? The horizon's not going up and down, it's going from side to side. Okay, so we've got two examples of horizontal lines here, writing an equation and graphing one. So this first one, we are trying to write an equation for this line. We just look, we say it's a horizontal line, so horizontal is going to be y equals, and then we look at where it's at -4 on my y-axis. So my equation for this line is just y equals -4, and that is it. Just y equals -4. Because everywhere along that line, my y value is -4. Okay, moving on from there, we've got y equals 4. Let me pause this video. Alright, so graphing a line, same thing. I've got y equals 4. It's positive this time. So I am going to graph a horizontal line at the value of 4. So I go on my y-axis to 4 up here. It's kind of little. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I am just drawing a straight horizontal line at 4. So horizontal lines are side to side. Anytime we see y equals a number without the mx, it's just y equals b essentially, we're going to know it's a horizontal line. Okay. Any questions about horizontal lines? All of it there. Okay, so vertical lines is all the same, but opposite. So a vertical line, our acronym is VUX, V-U-X. So V stands for vertical. I'm just going to abbreviate that as vert. The U is our slope. A vertical line has an undefined slope. And the equation for a vertical line is just going to be x equals a number. So there's no y's involved at all. It's just x equals a number. Okay. And then I drew a vertical, well, I didn't draw. I put a vertical line on right here. So vertical is up and down. If you think about like measuring your vertical, you're measuring how high you can jump, not how far out you can jump, okay? So vertical is up and down. Okay, looking at our two examples down here. This is a vertical line, so we know it's just going to be x equals a number. We just go figure out where it's at. It is at 5 on the x-axis. So our equation here is literally just x equals 5. And then to finish out this side, we are graphing a vertical line at x equals -2. We know it's vertical because it's just x equals a number. So we go on our x-axis to -2. So since it's x equals, that's why we go on the x-axis. And then we're going to draw a vertical line there. Okay. So that is all of the new stuff for today. Literally just horizontal lines have 0 slope and our y equals, they go this way. Vertical lines have an undefined slope, their x equals, they go this way. Those are the only two new things for today. And then we have that acronym, the HOIVUX, so you can remember which one's which, because that only difference is the y equals and the x equals, so that makes it hard to remember. So just ask yourself as you're doing your assignment, is it HOI or is it VUX? Horizontal is y equals, vertical is x equals. Okay, any questions about this side? Okay, flip it over. On the back of here, we put some review of slope-intercept form. We've been doing pretty stinking good with slope-intercept form, but since we've had a weekend, I wanted to review it because it is the most important thing for this entire unit. On your assignment, there's some slope-intercept form mixed in with your horizontals and verticals. Because if we just put horizontals and verticals, you would be done with that in like 30 seconds. So, review of slope-intercept form. We have y equals mx plus b. M is our slope, b is our y-intercept. If our slope is not a fraction, you can put it over 1. If there is no slope, your slope is 1. And if there's nothing listed for plus b, your y-intercept is 0. So on this first one, we don't need to do any of that. We've got y equals 4/3 x minus 5. So my slope is 4/3. My y-intercept is -5. We're going to start on our y-axis at -5. And we're going to graph a slope of 4/3, which means we rise 4, we run to the right 3. So I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, to the right 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, to the right 3. Start at -5, rise 4, run 3, rise 4, run 3. Okay. Our next one we've got y equals -3/4 x. So on that one, since the -3/4 is with our x, that's our slope. What is my y-intercept in this one? What am I adding here? 0. I'm adding nothing. Nothing is 0. So I'm adding 0. That's my y-intercept. So I start at 0 on my y-axis. And then I need to graph a slope of -3/4. So I'm going to go down 3, right 4. And I can't go any further that way, but I always want more than at least 2 dots. So I'm going to go up 3 and left 4 as well to continue the line the other direction. Okay. Any questions about either of those examples? Okay, we've got our last two then. Our last two, we give you the line. You are writing the equation. Because on your assignment, there's some of both. There's somewhere you write the equation, there's somewhere you graph the equation. So this one right here, whenever I see this slope, I think I accidentally put this one on their notes from the other day. This is a slope of 1 over 1. I go up 1, right 1. So my slope is 1 over 1. My y-intercept here is 5. Take this. Dryer, take this. My y-intercept is 5. So my equation is y equals, I can either do 1x plus 5, 1 over 1x plus 5, or I can just do x plus 5 if I want to. Just like I can put in those imaginary ones, I can take them out. Okay. And then the very last one, my slope here, I go up 1, right 3. So my slope is 1/3 here. My y-intercept is 2. So my equation is going to be y equals 1/3 x plus 2. Okay. This note sheet has a teeny tiny flap on it. So if you fold just over that like 1 inch of notes here, just fold that little piece there, you'll be able to glue it in. I'm going to come into my notebook because I haven't glued one in yet. You guys are in my first class. 2.345. Here is 2.6. And I'm going to glue in just this little flap here. Okay, get your notes glued in. I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to bring around assignments. You guys can get started working.